Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So now I know I haven't uploaded in a long time. That's because I had my exams and I just didn't feel like recording a new video. But the thing is, I'm back now, and we're gonna shift things a little bit today. We're gonna start with Angular. So I'm making a new playlist. You could call it a course. I'm calling it Angular for Noobs, and we're gonna start with Angular from zero, and we're gonna follow each step and see how we can improve our skills in Angular. So I'm going to start off by giving you a brief overview of what Angular is. So Angular is basically a JavaScript framework which can be used to build cross-platform applications basically. So what cross-platform basically means is you can use the same code to build an application on mobile platforms like Android or the iOS, and also it can be used to build the same application could be built on a Mac OS or Windows OS, and it's the same code. You don't have to rewrite any code. And also the thing is, Angular now comes with a brilliant command line interface, which means that you can write most of your code basically in the command line, and it generates templates for you. It generates all the files required for an application, etc. And it's basically really cool. And also another thing is Angular is handled and maintained by Google, which means that there's an awesome support, there's an awesome community with people who code Angular, and you can get a lot of help online. And also it comes with a lot of libraries which are so useful that you'll see the benefits once we move ahead. All right, so here's the list of things that we're going to be doing today. So first we're going to start with installing Node Js and NPM, which is Node Package Manager, and then we're going to install Angular, then Visual Studio Code, and we can walk through. All right, so first we need to let's go to Google and type in Node.js, and we're gonna and then you go to nodejs.org, which is the website for Node.js, and so I think you'll I think it really takes you to the download page, and then you click on 10.16.0.lts. I think I already have it on my desktop, so I'm gonna open it. So you're going to click on continue, agree the license agreements, and continue, install, and just type in your password. And it shouldn't take a really long time at all, so it's pretty fast. So once that's done, we're going to click on close. I'll just delete this because I don't need it anymore. So that means that Node.js is installed, and Node.js comes with Node.js Npm is installed too. So I'm going to increase my font size here. So you're going to go to your terminal, and to check if Node is installed, you just type node -v, which is going to tell you 10.16.0. That's the version we downloaded. Also to check the version of Npm, do the same thing, but Npm, and that seems right. So now we're done with the first part of this tutorial. So we have installed Node.js and Npm. So once you have Npm, basically you can install pretty much anything. So we're going to use Npm to install Angular for us. So the command is npm install and -g, which means that whatever you're installing is installed globally. So it's in your computer and not just your project. So we're going to type -g, and the command will be angular/cli, which is basically a framework that comes with the command line interface that I talked about. So this might take a while, so I might skip a little part of this. I already have it installed, but I think it's going to reinstall it for me, which is fine. Okay, so yes, so it's done. That didn't take long. So now to check if Angular is installed, we're going to check the version. So the way you do it, so ng is short for Angular, and you basically always use ng in the command line interface. So I'm going to type ngv, and that should give me a the Angular CLI, the latest version is 8.0.3, and Node.js is 10.16. So once we have that, we're done with step 2 of this tutorial. So next I'm going to talk you through installing Visual Studio Code. I already have it, but then it's an awesome code editor, and I think everybody should use Visual Studio Code because it's so awesome. So basically, I don't know the link, so I'm going to Google that, Visual Studio Code, and you go to the first link. And then you're going to scroll down and install it for Mac or whatever OS you're using. So it's basically an awesome code editor, and it comes with a lot of support for TypeScript, which is the language you use for Angular, and also obviously for HTML, CSS, and all those things. So once we're done with Visual Studio Code, I'm going to check that off here. So adding VS Code to command line capability. Okay, adding VS Code command capabilities is something that it basically is a little option that you type here. So you press Command Shift P and type shell commands, and that's going to install shell commands. As you can see, it says that it was successfully installed. So what basically happens is that if I go to any directory here and type code and a period, it's going to open that folder for me. So which is kind of cool. So I'm going to close that, and so now we've installed command line capabilities. So now the last two parts is we're going to create a new Angular project. So the way I'm going to do this, actually I'm going to go to my project folder where I usually store all my projects. So this is the important part. So like I said, whenever you use command line capabilities for Angular, you use a certain command called ng, which is gonna call Angular. So the way you there are two ways you can do this. So we're gonna create a new project. So we're gonna say ng new and the project name. I'm gonna call this Angular for Noobs, I think, AFN, yes. So this is one way of doing it, but there's a shorthand way of doing it, which is Angular for Noobs. So you remove the new and just type n. So that's gonna create a new Angular project for us in this directory that I'm in, which is my projects folder. So it's gonna ask me if I need Angular routing. Not for now. So just click enter and click enter. So that should create all my project files for me. So this is one of the awesome things about Angular. It creates all the files and folders necessary for your Angular project. So this is actually going to take a while, so I'm going to wait for it to finish doing that. So once the project is created, this is the command line. This is what you should get. So I'm going to clear the screen now. So now if I list my directories, I have all my projects. So I'm going to what do I call it, AFN. So I'm going to cd to the project folder, which is the name of the Angular project that you gave, and now I'm going to, since we did install the command line tools for the Visual Studio Code, so I'm just going to type code and up here, and it should take me to the project folder. So I'm going to talk more about these files and what they mean probably in the coming video, but for now, just know that most of your most of the files that you'll be working in will be in the source in the app directory. So this is the main component, which is called the root component. I'm going to talk more about this in the next video. So right now I'm going to show you, okay, so we are done with creating a new Angular project. But now I'm going to show you the last thing of this tutorial, which is to serve the Angular project. The serving basically means that you host your project on a local server, and I think for Angular it's localhost 4200 or something like that. So we're going to see. So the command is, again, you're going to call Angular by using ng, and then you're going to say serve. There's another condition, I think, what is it called? Option that you can give, which is ng-servo, but we're not going to do that. So basically, you're asking the computer to serve the whole project on your local server, so it's going to take time to do it. So it's going to compile it, basically, yes. So once it's done compiling, it says that it's compiled successfully or whatever, and then it's going to show us the link to the local host. So if you open that URL right now, so it should say welcome to AFN. So there you go, you have your first Angular project. So I'm gonna I think I'll also talk about the ngo. So ng-servo, how do I okay, so to stop serving, you just press Control-C. Where's Control? Oops. Control-C, come on. Okay, I cannot close it, hold on. Okay, Control-C, I was hitting the wrong key. So the option I wanted to show you is ng-serve, and then if you just press O, it's going to open the localhost for you. And it says that serve target does not support the serve target. I think it's -O, I don't know. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's how it should, you print a hyphen before an option that you're giving. So this is going to basically do the same thing, but also open Chrome for us, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's going to open it for you. So yeah, there you go. That's how you install Angular, Node.js, and Visual Studio Code, and we're going to do more in the coming tutorials. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So I think I'm gonna upload a video every day because I have my summer break and I have a lot of time. So stay tuned.